Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast, a Thursday, January 4th edition. Today on the show, we talk about why doggy Mickey ears aren't as cute as they may sound.
We also talk about the rumored cast for the next Avengers movie has caused some concern in MCU circles.
Eyebrows have been raised. Ire has been drawn. We'll see how that plays out. Finally, we talk about a couple that was forced to save and dig through all of their dogs' turds. There's no other prettier way to say it. It's all coming up in the Worst of the Riot podcast today. Enjoy.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Could 2024 be the year that Marvel gets back on track? It's kind of a race, would you say, Isaiah, to see whether Marvel or DC gets their entertainment back on track first?
I would say Marvel has a little bit of a head start.
They have they've fallen further, but they still haven't fallen down to the level that DC has ever been at. But the concerns are that 2024 will not only be and going forward will not only be the year of Marvel getting back, but they might not get back for a while. Rumors are swirling about the next Avengers movie, which is at this time still titled The Avengers, The Kang Dynasty, even though it is unclear at the moment whether it will be a recast Kang or whether it will be a new villain entirely and they'll go in a different direction. However, their rumors are swirling not just about that, but about who the actual Avengers will be. And it's got some eyebrows raised. Are you ready for this?
I'm excited. I am excited.
All right, Captain America.
Makes sense. I mean, obviously.
Played by Anthony Mackie. Captain Marvel. Brie Larson, of course.
Okay.
You got the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo.
Makes sense.
Then you've got Valkyrie from Thor, Tessa Thompson.
She's one of them?
Yep.
That's kind of surprising.
As the rumors go. Also, Benedict Wong as Wong from Doctor Strange. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. Awkwafina as her character from Shang-Chi, Katie. And then Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. And finally, She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany. Some people are saying this is not good enough. That these aren't the Avengers.
This isn't looking good.
You don't think it looks good?
No, not at all. There's 3 characters that if they were included, then it would be perfect.
And who are those?
Obviously, Doctor Strange not being included is absolutely wild.
Pretty questionable. You have Wong, but not Doctor Strange.
And I like Wong.
Yeah.
I like Wong
he's a good
as a character.
Yeah.
Alongside Doctor Strange. I like ketchup, but I need the hot dog. Come on, what are we doing here?
Right. What else? Okay, Doctor Strange, she's in the mix, then you're interested.
And I'm not even the biggest fan of this guy, as I've said on the show. I like him, but not as much as everybody. And that's Spider-Man. He's not an Avenger.
Yeah, where's Spider-Man?
He's like the most profitable person we have.
Yeah.
He's the most profitable character. And they're not going to use him in the Avengers?
Apparently not.
I don't believe that.
As the rumors go.
I'm starting to think this may not be accurate. And then the other one is, I know it feels as if his time is coming close to an end.
Yeah.
But Thor, still not being there. I mean, I understand he's been through it all.
Mm-hmm.
But you would still want to see Thor in there. As long as he's going to be a part of the MCU, he should be an Avenger.
He would at least offer it a little juice as a name. Because at the moment, I mean, I love some of these characters, Paul Rudd, the Hulk, but who's the leader? Who's
leading the way?
Yeah.
Because Doctor Strange gives you that too.
Yeah, he can do that.
He can lead.
Who's
leading this crew?
I'm imagining that either Captain Marvel or Captain America is going to be the leader, but they're just not strong enough as currently constituted to get us excited. So
nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
The debate is whether it's okay to give pets Mickey ears. Sounds cute, doesn't it?
Sounds very cute. Maybe like you do at Disney World. You've worn Mickey ears, haven't you?
I do often, yes.
You so would.
Every Thursday, actually,
You so
when I get
would.
home. But it's not as cute when you consider that these Mickey ears that they are giving to pets are being done surgically.
Oh, so these aren't put them on your pup's head.
Yeah.
Mickey ears.
That would be debatable enough on its own. Forget about the idea that some vets will perform this procedure that rounds off dog or cat ears so that they resemble the shape of Mickey Mouse's iconic ears as well. It is a procedure that is there's no legal ramifications for it whatsoever in China. However, some are trying to get the procedure banned because it seems a little cruel, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it seems cruel.
So I'm trying to figure out. I mean, the debate. What is the pro? What is the for side arguing here?
It's cute.
I do. Yeah. A lot of times with pets, that's kind of what some things come down to. Usually that wins because a lot of the cute things aren't surgical procedures. But when it's a surgical procedure, the pet has no say in. And I mean, I can go through, if you're not already convinced that this is a dumb idea, they do say that although the surgery itself usually only takes about 30 minutes, obviously it can be painful. And then there's also a 20 to 60 day follow-up where they have to keep checking back in to make sure the ears don't flop down, to make sure they stay upright like Mickey's, because it obviously not as cute.
See, and when you look at the photos, they look ridiculous. And my thought would be maybe it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
That would be an argument if there was no pain whatsoever, but there's pain.
Yeah. It says it can be painful. It says damaging the natural structure of the ears can cause psychogenic problems in some pets. For instance, some sensitive pets, don't put it on the pet, don't they? They're sensitive? No. For some pets, they may scratch repeatedly due to excessive pain.
Yeah, I would lean, obviously, no, don't do this. It seems pretty self-explanatory. This isn't a toy that you're playing with.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to change the ears on your pet, you need to get some sort of stuffed pet, like a stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't deserve to have a real dog.
Yeah, you might not be ready. You do have to question, who was the person, how was this introduced? Who did this at first? Was it a vet that said, hey, you know what I can do for you? Because that's what's happening now is some shadier vets. They say many reputable vets refuse to do it morally, even though it's not illegal. However, some of the shadier vets around China not only will do it, but they're offering specials now for you to try to get it done quick.
Oh, man, because they know it's about to go.
Probably.
Sheesh. And they're a veterinarian. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the question remains, was it a vet that was like, hey, your pet would look pretty cute. I could do this thing. I could just snip off the top of the ears.
I'm sure somebody came in with a photo like they're getting a haircut or something.
Of Mickey Mouse.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Big day coming up on Sunday. Not only is it the final Sunday of the NFL regular season, the Golden Globes we just talked about, it's also, they call it Dating Sunday. It is the most active day on dating apps, at least according to those at Tinder. They report that on the first Sunday in January, the number of messages sent on Tinder increases by 22%. People respond on average 19.4 minutes faster than on any other Sunday in the year. And the number of likes on the app increases by 18.2%. They say 519 bios will be updated every minute, and 2,263 photos will be uploaded every minute this Sunday. It's going to be It's going to be fast and furious this Sunday. Isaiah, you have any recommendations getting people ready for the dating season as it heats up leading towards Valentine's Day?
I can't believe that this is the time. But I guess it's
this
the
is
new
prime
year.
time. Yeah,
it's the
new
year.
New possibilities, new opportunities, new motivation. And I think Valentine's Day has got to play a role into it as well. Plus all the holiday breakups probably.
And you got to think, too, this is a really boring time for a lot of people. January.
Exactly.
People are bored. Inside. Don't have a lot going on.
That's true, actually. That's a great call.
You think about the month of January is a month of trying to maybe turn your life into a different direction. Maybe you're trying to turn your life into a new relationship. Start it up with somebody. Especially after the cold winter months. You get through all of like the crazy family stuff during December. And so now you don't have to worry about meeting somebody new and having to figure out if you're going to introduce them to your family or not.
Sure.
Now you can just start afresh, start anew without having any time. You have plenty of time before you have to introduce them to your family.
Yeah, well, and you think about it too. It goes back to in the winter months, people are more stuck at home. But in December with the holidays, there's so many distractions now. There's not a lot of distractions. There's not a lot to occupy you. So you're looking for something to do. Looking for somebody to talk to. Plus, we talked about this too. One of the recent, or the biggest breakup day of the year, I don't remember exactly. It's at the tail end of December, right before Christmas, is the biggest breakup day of the year. So that just means, chances are, it's more single people around this time. So, yet again, I ask you, what's your tips? You got any ideas?
The only tip I would say is you got to figure out what works for you. What works for me is not going to work for you. And what works for you might not work for me. But you got to figure out what works for you, what you have success with when it comes to the dating apps. Try a myriad of things until you find consistent success.
Well, that's what you say. I've got a dating expert here, a relationship insights expert, Paul C. Brunson. Here's his advice.
Let's hear it, Paul C.
First of all, Paul says you want at least 5 photos on your profile that capture your personality and show off your interest. So it can't just be you smiling. It's got to be, you got to be doing something out and about somewhere, at least wearing like an interesting shirt, something. That's number 1 tip. 2, he says the optimal length of your profile. You're talking 45 words max. Be efficient.
Makes sense.
Be efficient.
45 words is a lot of words for a bio.
Yeah. You think about 45 words, I know in radio that equates to about 15 seconds of you talking. So if you can't say it in 15 seconds,
that's crazy long.
Elevator pitch to somebody on why they should date you.
You need to show some personality, maybe some humor. Yeah. I would say. Mine was back in the day when I had one. Mm-hmm. I have the worst behaved dog within 100 miles. Boom. Tells you all you need to know about me. When you come to my house, there's going to be a dog there that smells bad.
No wonder you're not single anymore.
Exactly.
Good luck out there.
Lines like that.
Sunday.
Oh, hi there.
This worst of the riot.
Crank that up.
Radio U.
How much money would your dog have to eat for you to go through its poop to get it out? Isaiah, you have a dog that I wouldn't be shocked if this happened. What's your answer?
I would say, what do you mean going through?
Well, I'll tell you, for this couple here, Clayton and Carrie Law of Pennsylvania, they literally, for much of the money that they went ahead and retrieved, they had to collect their dog's poop from the yard, peel through it, and get the shreds, the shards of remaining cash that the dog had eaten, and wash it off and try to piece it back together. They had to get real hands-on. How much money would Jim have to eat for you to do that?
Well, you got to think you're not rinsing the poop off.
Rinse it? What do you mean?
You can't rinse the poop off the money.
So what's your strategy?
I don't know what you can do. It sounds like if your dog poops it out, it's over.
Oh, no, it's not over. This happened. Let me tell you the story. See if that changes your mind about how much you would have to go through. So this is Clayton and Carrie Law, a couple from Pennsylvania. Their dog, a golden doodle named Cecil. They had gotten $4,000 in cash out from their joint savings account so they could put in a fence in their yard. And they had left it sitting on the counter. They said their dog has never done anything like this, not just with money, but with food in general, has never eaten anything off of the counter. And so they were shocked to find out that Cecil had eaten most of that $4,000 of cash. They talked to the vet. The vet said the cash should just pass through and not cause Cecil any issues, which it didn't. However, Cecil, he didn't just eat it. He chewed it up. He chewed and swallowed. And so the cash was all shredded up. Now, when it was all said and done, between some things he initially coughed up at first and then them going through the turds in the yard, they were able to recover $3,550 of the $4,000 that Cecil had eaten. And so they were able to get that back. They did have to put the bills back together to take them to the bank to get traded in, which I'm sure that bank teller was real jazzed about that. But they were able to recover, even though he ate $4,000. They got $3,550 back.
I'm just surprised they were able to rinse it off because I just imagine I've never gotten a dollar bill wet.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that goes very well.
Oh, no, this is a fun fact, Isaiah. Did you know that paper money is not paper at all? It's actually made out of cotton. It's fabric.
So therefore,
if you've ever run a bill through the wash in your pants or whatever, there's a reason it still comes out looking nice and clean.
Now that I think about it,
yeah,
I have pulled money out of the dryer before.
Right. So yeah, you can rinse it off. You can, and they did.
Yeah, then like $20.
20.
If I have a glove,
yeah,
I pick up my dog's poop off the ground.
And then you'd wash it off. Would you piece it back together though? Because then you have to go to a person too. You can't just use that at Kroger.
Oh, you just go to the bank.
Yeah, you have to go to the bank and then give them the pieces that you kind of are like, here's the serial number I've got. You have to have at least 50% of the bill. It has to be visible.
Do I have 50% of the bill?
Yeah. If
then of course I'm going
you have to go through the bathroom to do it.
What am I going to throw it away? Would I go into the bank teller
No, you wouldn't
and say,
throw it away.
hey,
You'd throw it in your neighbor's yard.
and
then they'd get the $20.
If you like that video, there's a ton more. Go check out our past videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.